as Indians, we want to have success really fast. We're very impatient kids, right? And that is not something which we took from the West. We are just like that.
What's good, you guys? My name is Harsh, and this is the 6th episode of the Visionaries podcast. Honestly, this podcast will probably be one of my favorite podcasts because it's going to be all about YouTube India and how it's evolving. To give a brief idea, like the past 5 years, YouTube India has evolved massively, be it the creators, the audience, or the website itself. So the guest we have today is someone who started creating content back in 2016, took a break, and is now back on YouTube with his channel named More Rav, where he uploads vlogs, and his second channel, Rav Gameplays, where he plays games. So subscribe to his channel and subscribe to our channel as well. Moreover, he's a 25-year-old software engineer, and as Okas had mentioned, he makes banks.
And making banks.
So, Rav, welcome to the Visionaries podcast.
Hi Harsh, thank you so much for having me here. That was, by the way, one of the most professional introductions I've had in any podcast. Like, this guy knows how to talk. You can clearly see that.
No, you deserve it, bro. You deserve it.
No, in general, like, do you always introduce people like this, or in general, do you introduce the podcast, episode in the podcast like that? Because it's very, very professional. It's like you wrote everything down.
Yeah, I generally introduce like this only.
Okay, that is great, man. And how many podcasts have you done till now? Like 5 or 6? Sixth episode. Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, and I upload short clips, like the Ranveer show clips. वैसे ही short clips on the podcast channel as well, because second channel खोलने का मतलब नहीं है. Yeah, that's more like people can consume that easily.
Great.
My first question is like, why did you choose to call yourself Rav? And like, does it like signify something about your personality or something like that?
No, nothing like that. It was very simple. Like, my name is Gaurav. So, like, I just took the last 3 letters and just made the name. It's very simple. No details on that at all. And on top of that, I'm not sure. When I started my channel proper, it was not called Rav. It was called Midnight Rav. Okay, because I had a gaming ID. And it was called Midnight Rav.
Oh, so you started your gaming channel first?
No. That is very recent. I had a separate gaming channel now. I have it now. But the Rav channel, which was there, the old channel in 2016, which was there, it was called Midnight Rav. And it was my gaming ID, basically. And the name was, when you're like, how old was I? Like 20 years old. And I was very immature for my age. And I used to like play Minecraft the entire time. And I wanted some cool name. I was like, haan, theek hai, whatever. I'll just use this name. This is very cool. Midnight Rav. Now it doesn't sound as cool now, but like it felt cool to me, quote unquote, at that point of time. So that was the scenario. There is no big story behind, what is the meaning? Like, this is just last 3 letters of my name, man. That's all.
No success story. It's just simple and like straight.
That. Yeah, I just prefer it. Rav. Yeah. It's short and sweet. Gaurav is such an Indian name also, right? Like, everybody has a household name in India. Everybody knows a Gaurav. Like, okay, fine. Rav is fine.
Gaurav Chaudhary. Sorry.
Nice. Hey, there's so many Gauravs, big Gauravs in YouTube, man. There is a technical Guruji, there is Flying Bees, there's so many of them. Oh, there are other people also. Gaurav's one is also there. I just realized. Oh my god. But okay.
So, bro, you said that you started like creating content on 2016, but in your podcast with Okas, you said that you first started uploading on 2008, 2009. So, what were you uploading back then, and like, what was it like?
Oh, so 2008, 2009 is like when I was in 7th, 8th standard, right? And YouTube was in 2006, I think. So I used to play this MMORPG called HabuHotel.com. Okay, and I used to play this particular role-playing section of the game which involved Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, big Potterhead. Okay, and so we used to like basically record a part of a scene, because you can create scenes in that game, any kind of scene, like whether it be like in Harry Potter, for a reference, we'll have the Great Hall or the dungeons or something like that, and we'll have a fighting scene. Okay, it's all pre-planned, right? And we will just do that sequence, and like I am the director, actor, producer, everything in that scene, and I used to record that and used to upload that on a very old channel. I don't even remember if I have access to that. I think I have access to that channel, maybe. I'll have to check. So you should do that, and we had a very tight-knit community in that game, right? So they used to watch those videos, and at that point of time it was like 200-300 views, because that big a community it was at that point of time. And then I grew up, I guess. Then I grew up. We went to school, 10th standard.
Now, how many subscribers did you have in that channel, like when you started?
Dude, I had like 70-80 subscribers. I don't like, yeah, nothing much, man. We didn't even like around 6 or 7. We had 6 or 7 episodes, and it was not like back in the day to 20. We are talking about 2008. That's like 12 years back, right? It's so old. So YouTube was very different then. Okay, very very different. This idea of tags and how to get views, this and that, वो सब नहीं होता था. I still remember in that game, in the MMORPG used to play, people used to have channels, and I didn't understand like the concept of a YouTube channel and YouTuber as such. I used to just upload because I felt like it was fun doing that, right?
Wasn't that mainstream back then?
Yeah, right. It wasn't at all. It became mainstream, I think, much later, like 7-8 years later in India. In I think worldwide, I think PewDiePie came in 2010. Like, this is before PewDiePie. Can you believe that? Like, that point of time, you just upload to just have fun, man. And that is what YouTube was then. Like, just upload to have fun and like get people to watch. That's all. The idea of subscribers and all was never there.
So bro, you said that you knew YouTube earlier, like before PewDiePie. That is like a long back. So you have seen it evolving. So what do you think, like how do you think that YouTube is now and was then, from the perspective of the audience and the creators?
Are you talking about specifically India?
Specifically India.
Yeah, okay. So 2008, 2009 mein to the idea of like Indian YouTube community was non-existent. And even in general, all over the world also, there were not many people who were like hardcore YouTubers. And at least I did not have the idea about what this culture of uploading videos was, or whether it will become a culture in the first place. I was in 7th standard, right? How old was I? Like 12 years old, right? And now I'm more than double that age. Almost more than double. Yeah. Barely more than double. I think at that point of time, people were very carefree. They just wanted to upload anything which they thought was fun, right? Then in India, there was this obviously a huge gap before we could catch up with the West. And around 2013-14, I think AIB got a lot of traction, right? And we have this habit of first following what the West does first, and then like getting an idea of what we can do with the platform, because we always had that guidance. It's a very common thing in various domains. We always follow what the West does, not even just YouTube, any creative field also. We follow what the West does, and we get some idea on what's gonna work, what's not gonna work, right? So that was there. AIB did sketches and all, and in fact, I think one of the unique things which AIB did at that point of time was podcasts. They did podcasts back then, which was great. And that got me into the world of podcasts also. I was like, you can just listen to the audio of something. And it was on YouTube, right? So it was actually a video form. But I was like, why is it called a podcast? What is so unique about it? It's a black screen with people talking. Why is it put on YouTube? Then I realized it's a podcast. You can just listen to the audio itself. And I was like, wow, this is great. That's a great idea. And of course, at that point of time, there was no culture for podcasts in India. Now every other person has a podcast, right? Everyone wants to get into the podcast game, which is a great thing. I feel it's great because it is difficult to like be able to have a podcast running. You need to have things to talk.
It helps in personal branding, as you call in the marketing space.
Sure, it might. I'm not exactly sure about how, like, what are the advantages of that, but in terms of a culture, I think it really helps because you get to actually have a discussion. we in social media we tend to always like say things like we should have a discussion, we should do this, we should do that, but then it just dumps down, it just dies down in like a week, right? So this is one medium where you can actually have a discussion and people can listen to your discussions, and it is not something which you which you can just script out, right? A podcast is not a script, right? So what you're speaking is most probably something which comes from what you really believe in, unless you're like that manipulative that you can speak whatever you want in a particular topic you want, right? But in general, I think podcast is really the podcast culture is really good. So sketches following the West, and now it is just we as Indians we have this one particular I'm not sure if it's a good habit or a bad habit, but like I think we tend to pick up nooks and crannies from the West and not the very minute details of what they are doing, and we just catalyze it, as in बहुत तेजी से करने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठीक है? And what happens then, am I supposed to like not speak in Hindi at all?
No, it's nothing like that.
I can like use a little bit of nuances of Hindi, right? Okay, so that happens and we tend to catalyze it. We don't, and we also want, as Indians, we want to have success really fast. We're very impatient kids, right? That is not something which we took from the West. We are just like that. I think bahar bhi log hain, people are there who just want success fast, but people are also,
I feel that they are more hungry than like achieving success. They are more hungry to like if they achieve something, then yahan ho gaya, but they will not stop. They are getting hungrier. But we are not like that. हम लोग एक चीज मुकाम पड़ गया, फिर after like 2-3 years then we think like नहीं ये तो हो गया, अब और क्या.
Right. They always want to try the new thing, and I think बाहर ऐसा भी होता है कि people give you that, the audience is very different from our audience, right? And it is not like I'm not saying it in a negative way. Internet, the entire geo boom which happened, it happened very recently, like relatively recently, right? Internet has been there in the West for quite almost 2 decades, more than that, right? Let's say 2 decades, almost 2 decades. And for India, for the majority of the urban population who consumes YouTube for that matter, or podcasts for that matter, this has happened very recently, like around, let's say, 6 years. And it has happened because of much cheaper and easier access to the internet. I remember a time when internet was very expensive, back when I was in school, but now it is accessible to every person. I have nieces who are like 6 years old and 3 years old who have like iPads, who can just consume YouTube just like this. It is a boon and a curse as well. So the culture, that's why I think what we just discussed, ki it catalyzes, it's much faster, is because we have a higher population, right? And also because we have a higher population and cheaper internet, people are going to consume at a much faster rate, right? So that happens. If we had like that kind of a creative mindset towards things कि हमको नई चीज़ें try करनी है, regardless of whether we fail or not, and the audience was a bit like हाँ ठीक है, they're trying something new, let's be a bit more supportive and see what happens, then I think it would have really,
I feel that this is a very major reason why big creators are not diversifying their content. They are like scared now. Unlike the West, Logan, like suppose if I take an example of Logan Paul, he still experiments, but I don't see that in Indian YouTubers.
And I think now suddenly when 2016 में जब मैं था, that was not the case. Okay, that was not the case. But it's very difficult to try something new and get the audience to absorb it and like understand कि क्या चल रहा है. Okay, because I had tried podcasts in 2018. And I had uploaded podcasts in 2018 and I had done it with Okus himself on my channel. Okay? Yeah. On the More Raw channel which I have right now, which is basically my main channel now, I used to upload podcasts there. And I used to do it with Okus. I had uploaded like 3 episodes. And there was like Obviously we did not take into account how the audience response was. It was a very small channel, but I could understand that at that point of time the audience was not ready. Sometimes you have ideas for which the audience is not ready, so you have to, it's basically a luck sometimes that your audience is also ready and you are also ready with something new, and that just helps you grow really fast. But people should not be worried about that if they are in YouTube for the long run. If you want to try new things, if you want to like do whatever you feel like, whatever you're passionate about, you can just do that, whether it be YouTube or podcast or whatever you feel like, any social media platform, that is for your personal brand.
So how do you think that these current generation YouTubers, like who are coming up, I'm not talking about only like commentary channels and comedy channels, I'm also talking about like education, like even YouTube educators are on the rise right now. So what do you think that how these YouTubers are different from the previous YouTubers?
From the previous YouTubers in 2016 India mein?
In 2016 India, like 2016 mein these YouTubers like Karim Minati, BB Ashish, they all blew up. So how do you think that these current YouTubers, how do you think that they will blow up, and like what is the difference between them and the previous ones?
Okay, so firstly, you had addressed the part of channels which have educational content. Do you specifically mean channels who like commentate on a topic, or are you talking about educational specifically on a particular domain? Like people like Phenology Legal, or someone who covers current affairs like Dhruv Rathi, or in unacademy.com, something like that, right? I think they have education on YouTube is an amazing thing. I'll tell you why. And in India also, it's a very amazing thing because we don't have, I'm not sure if we have the problem of extreme cost of education like in the West. Everybody goes to college in India, okay? Almost everyone goes to colleges in India, right? Bahar, college is really, really expensive. India में it is not, but पढ़ाई वैसी नहीं होती India में colleges में, in general, I would say, is what I have read and what I have been told. I obviously I can't go and experience in every single college. I have just done one. I've just done 2 degrees in one single college, so I don't have much idea on that. Is what I've been told. I'm not sure if that is the case. But and we always as Indians tend to complain about the Indian education system. But I think but these content creators, they teach with a passion, right? They teach on specific topics with a passion. Like for example, I don't have any reason to like follow Phenology Legal. She talks about current affairs, but I still want to watch her because I feel the need कि मुझे थोड़ा current affairs के बारे में जानना ज़रूरी है. It is necessary for any person who is an adult to have some knowledge on what is going on a daily basis. And I watch Dhruv Rathi for the same reason. Even though I feel that Dhruv Rathi has a little bit of his own opinions presented, even though he calls himself a online journalist, but that's fine. As long as the information is coming to my head, I get to decide. As long as opinions and information is coming to me, I have to decide what is correct and what is not. But it needs to come to me. I just follow this one other channel also. It's on gardening. I can't remember her channel name. She basically talks about plants. That's all she does. How to take care of your plants. So I got a lot of plants, and it's because of her videos that I basically was able to like get my plants growing or whatever. I started watching her videos and then my plants died, right? So it was a very bad scenario. But you can, if you have a passion on any domain, you can make videos on it. People are doing it for Photoshop. People are doing it for editing. People are doing it for coding. We are full of people from the IT industry, right? Having someone who teaches you all these things, that's great. Because India mein...
But how do you think that they are different from the previous generation of YouTubers of India?
Okay, because they are not entertainers. Though all those YouTubers in 2016, most of them were entertainers. And even now, YouTube is full of any big channel, the top channels, they are all entertaining channels. Their domain is entertainment. Their domain is not education. Okay? I understand that people love entertainment and I'm not against it. Everybody wants like something to relax and chill, right? But some people also want education in various ways. People want to learn things. In this lockdown, I learned how to cook, man. Like I didn't have, never ever cooked anything for myself other than like eggs. I learned how to cook a lot of things and survive by myself. It's very helpful. And think about it this way: entertainment for Indian audience specifically, but when it comes to education, education transcends all languages. Because in general, people speak in English, and English is the lingua franca. Everybody wants to speak in English because it is the common language, right? So they make their videos in that, and you get an audience from all over the world, right? You get it's a great thing for teachers, man. For like good teachers, people who want to teach, not people who want to teach just for the sake of money or like to teach in Fiji or whatever, but like in general, give a very different perspective to things, to be able to learn things.
So it's getting transformed from entertainment.
So this was
to
part
more
1
like
of episode 6
Right,
with Rav.
right. That's a very
And
good word.
next
Yes.
episode will
Infotainment,
come out
yes.
soon. Do follow me on Instagram. Link is in description to get to know when the episode will come out. It will come out soon in this weekend, but do follow me on Instagram to know the exact date. Next are some highlights of part 2 with the podcast with Rav. Do check them out too.
What would you say is an infotainment channel?
Very quickly, three YouTubers you think will surpass or will reach the level of big YouTubers?
One of them, I would say I would be biased.